All right.
Okay.
We're back on, not live because our quality of streaming sucks.
Yes, Chris can't afford good internet. Chris didn't pay his internet bill. He's not an adult.
Just not that. I'm not that adult yet.
I'm gonna go through your wallet while we do
Yo,
this.
you've been going through my wallet this whole time.
I'm gonna go.
I feel a little robbed because I've been paying attention to the TV monitor. You probably stole my money.
Oh my god.
Oh, get out of there.
Wait, what else do you have?
Oh, fuck.
You have a card to Kohl's. Kohl's sucks.
Look, it's the easiest credit card to get off the bat. They approve anyone.
You have a new card in here that you haven't activated. Are you kidding me?
No, it's a new card. It's not a new card. It's just I keep it in there to keep it nice and fresh. Alright, that comes with adulting.
I guess so.
Oh, here's a good question.
You gotta have your family wash day.
Let me know. Get out of my wallet. Family wash, that's when your washer breaks, you're too poor to fix your washer.
Really? They give you a wallet diploma and Bonner.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, man, they gotta do something when you pay $5,000 a year for a crappy...
$20,000 to go to Bonner.
Yeah, I mean, I got...
Going up for Darby.
I know, I probably would have got the same education.
Better. Yeah, they wouldn't have crammed.
Thanks for doing this.
I mean, I wanted to know what was in there.
I don't even know what I'm putting back. All right.
Now you know what's in there.
I have a question for you as I'm doing this.
Okay.
You
want to go to the movies?
No, I don't. Oh, get out of here. I love going to the movies, especially for free. What's that? Oh, Diversa. That's supposed to be from one of his keys or something.
Oh my god, okay.
Listen, I got a question. Okay. How immature were you in grade school, in elementary?
I was very immature. Almost my entire life. Really,
it's
really,
carried
really,
with you.
No, really, really, really immature. We would go to parties, and people would hear the Wolf Boys were coming, and they would hide everything that meant anything to them at all.
Why? What would you do?
We were just we were your nephews, but everywhere always.
Oh god, my nephews.
Shut up. We were crazy. We were just insane. We'd tear the house down. We'd swing.
What about in school though? Did you get in trouble a lot?
I did.
Yeah?
I did. It depends on when we're talking. For what reasons? It depends on where we're talking about. When I was in elementary school, I got in trouble for,
talking when you're not supposed to.
Talking when I'm not supposed to, playing with things I wasn't supposed to, not paying attention, not doing my homework, things like that.
Did you ever get detention?
Oh, I remember in first grade, I'm not going to say her name, but I'm not going to say the name of the school even because I'm not respectful. But I went to, for kindergarten and grades 1 through 8, I went to the same exact Catholic school with the same 25 kids. The whole time. It was really tough.
That's pretty bad. So yeah, I would say we're about the same. I got in trouble for talking when I wasn't supposed to, disrupting class. I definitely got detention a couple times, mostly for being late. That carried through high school.
Oh,
I was late and absent
You're
all
still
the
late.
time.
You're late to work.
Late to work. I can't wake up. I mean, that has been my whole life. That's why the channel is called Too Busy Sleeping.
I remember in first grade, the teacher, and this is a wrong decision for a teacher to make, actually, in my opinion. It's just in general. She said to my mom, if your son isn't home after school, it's because he's in detention with me. What a terrible thing to tell the parent, though. And I would say at least once a week I got detention. Anything I did, this woman had it out for me. Anything I did, twice a week.
In first grade.
Yeah, in first grade.
Damn.
Anything I did, she gave me detention. And it was what if
I had just getting labeled as a bad child?
What if I had been picked up by some creep living in a van?
Oh, he must be in detention.
Yeah, it must be in detention. He'd have a full hour to cross over into New Jersey to get into a different jurisdiction.
Some universe that happened with you, man.
With my
and you're just still not the same.
With my sexy second grade ass.
Second grade, I thought it was first.
First, whatever. I was as big as.
You're getting old, man. You can't remember. You can't remember dates and things. So listen, I was pretty immature in school, but there were definitely like adult. How do I say it? There were kids in my grade who were adults. They were just like goody two shoes, like Hermione from Harry Potter. She was an adult. Okay, she did everything like she was supposed to.
But like the reason you mess around as a kid is because it doesn't matter. Like, look at me, I'm more successful than most 22-year-olds in my opinion.
But some kids skip that. They're like, fuck that immaturity. I'm an adult. I don't play with blocks.
I had way more fun than those kids. I set things on fire. I was kicking other kids. Like, you're a kid. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever you want,
Yeah. But now I am, in school-wise, I am Hermione now. Like, I've transitioned into being the immature Weasley and Harry Potter to like, oh, dude. The kids in my class are so annoying. They won't shut up. I'm just trying to pay attention. Like, I'm the Hermione's like complaining.
Well, you're
I'm the
paying
old
to.
person.
I mean, look, you're paying to be there. You're there to better yourself. I get that. Like in class, I have had to go to assistant deans before because there were groups of people talking in class. I remember at Delaware County once I stood up. There were these people talking. The professor wouldn't do anything about it. I stood up and I said, I'm paying to be here. This isn't worth my effing time.
Yeah.
And I got up, I packed everything up, and I walked out. And while I was on my way out, one of the guys went, all right, see you, dude. And like they just laughed.
That's so annoying.
I know.
Wow.
And I was like, I just walked out because I was like, I'm not going to respond to this.
Freaking kids.
And the professor didn't do anything about it. I know it's.
Freaking kids.
Fucking you. No,
I'll never learn.
No, I would like to pie them in the face these days.
That's very childish of you. I like
it is
that.
childish.
I like the child in you.
I'd like to pie him in the face.
Old
adult.
We should do that.
Pie people in the face?
No, pie each other in the face.
I think we like pie our enemies.
Anytime someone curses on the podcast.
Wow.
We'll just have pies set up.
Yeah,
all right, dude, you gotta get it. Put your face
I don't
out.
have vengeance for them or something. They were kids and.
They were kids. This was college.
I don't have anything.
You gotta grow up.
I have no anger, qualm, or anything.
Qualms. I like that word.
I like that word too. I learned it in college.
I don't have no qualms.
So I went to the dean and I was like, "Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I freaked out. It's just ridiculous. The professor has to do something, or these people need to be disciplined on paper." And so the dean had actually sat in on a few classes.
Stupid fly.
And he was.
After you got in trouble?
No, after these other people got in trouble.
Oh, cool.
Well, these other people didn't get in trouble. No one got in trouble, really. There's no getting in trouble. This is college, right?
Yeah.
And so the guy said, and he was respectful but firm, and he spoke to the class later and was like, "Hey, I'm the assistant dean of this department, and this, you guys, there are people here paying. You guys need to be respectful. If I had to come back in here, it's gonna be a problem." And it died down after that. But
I can't believe that had to happen in college, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
that's like the principal coming in during grade school, like. The teacher's like tells you in the morning, and she's like, "All right, listen, the principal's sitting in on our class, so you need to be on your best behavior. I swear to God, if any of you fucking
like that.
Huh?
It was handled like that.
Yeah, if any of you fucking speak one word to each other, you will have detention for a week. No lunch. We will sit and eat our lunch in silence. We will have." That's literally how it was. Our teachers would do that to us all the time. Our class was so bad. It was me and two of my other buddies, and we were the ones that would ruin it for the rest of the class. Like, there would be a warning, like, "Look, we won't have lunch if you guys are bad." And they would like basically have the class be mad at us by punishing everyone instead of just the three of us. You know what I mean? So it was kind of our fault, and it's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous that had to happen in college.
It is, bro. All right, so like I've transitioned
the teachers
to.
would be like, "My boss is coming in here, so it's my ass on the line. So therefore, it's your ass on the line. And if I lose my job, it's all game, kids."
So all of your asses will be lining up, and I'll be failing all of you.
Failed.
Here we go.
But yeah, this wasn't like a university. This is at a community college.
Yeah.
So. Videography questions. I have some videography questions.
I don't give a shit.
All right, well, it was nice.
No, wait, we still have 20 minutes. I can't talk to myself.
I mean, you could have seen you do it. So, drones.
Oh, okay.
Do you know a lot about drone filming? Do you know anything about it?
I've watched a good amount of videos on YouTube about drones I can't afford. Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Sure.
actually, I was expecting. Wow, so you're a man of high caliber.
I couldn't give you like a detailed description on like, oh yeah, this product and the
Okay.
bit rate on it. I couldn't give
And
you
my
that.
questions are like, I guess I don't really want to know products. I'm looking into getting into it, and they're like $800 to get started. And I'm like, I shouldn't get.
I have a drone. It's fun to use. Horrible quality. It was like $120. And I've tried it out. Compared to the drones I see on YouTube that can track you, like you can set a tracker on it, you can go ride your bike and it'll just fly over you at a certain distance that you set, and just like if you were driving your van and you wanted to like have an aerial shot, you could literally do that while you're driving, and it would be safe enough to do it.
Really?
Especially in Oregon, because it seems like there's a lot of landscape and a lot of like.
That's why I'm
good-
asking, because I would love on this trip, this cross country trip, to have a drone.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I wouldn't recommend it being your priority though,
No, I mean, that's definitely not.
because that you only see those shots with well-established YouTubers. I feel like. Now, if it's your hobby and that's what you like sure, go get the quality you want.
I'd like to have one, but not as my starter camera.
But don't do that
I'm
to
not gonna
yourself.
drop $900 on my.
Because then you got $900 drone, but it's like, shit, I have horrible audio quality and I have horrible just
I'd rather have
vlogging quality.
I would rather have
I do all my vlogs with a drone.
a couple stepping stones too, though, so I can get different types of shots, and so that I can set up like panoramics and things like that, and better angles and things.
With the drone?
Yeah, I'm concerned. Well, my concern, I'm definitely gonna try to get one if I can before I. So the drive home actually is gonna be from Bend, Oregon to Philadelphia, PA. There's only gonna be one stop, which is Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just the only purpose of this is to get the van home in one piece.
You still haven't gotten here?
No.
Oh.
No, it's still over there. So that's all. We're just delivering something, which is a van.
Yeah.
So the drive.
Might be a cool vlog.
The drive home to Bend, I'm actually gonna take a month off of work if I can.
Ralph's gonna love that. You tell him yet?
Hey,
Jesus Christ!
I need a month
you get
off
to go somewhere.
here.
I'm just stuck here in PA.
I
don't get to go anywhere.
Atlantic City. So when I do that, it's gonna be a really grandeur trip. It's gonna be a grand tour, and for that, I would like to go from. I'd like to drive up to Portland, Maine, and then make my way to Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
I like to take my time and have a drone at that point. But my concern is a lot of the most beautiful places and very interesting places to shoot at, people know that you want to get those aerial views, and they post no drone flying zones.
Oh.
So, I mean...
What happens if you end up just saying, fuck it?
They'll they'll radar shoot it down.
They'll shoot it down? What?
They won't shoot it down. Do you know how to radar shoot you know how that works, right?
With drones?
I don't know how it works, actually, so I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like, you know how that works,
how it
right?
works, right?
How do you not know that?
They just hit the radar button and poof!
Well, there are like guns that you can shoot at drones, and it will make them automatically land.
Oh.
And the drone has to be registered and everything, obviously, so they'll know whose it is, and they can fine you.
They'll find you.
So they'll fine you.
And then what? They'll take your drone?
No, they'll fine you. They'll give you a fine.
Oh, they'll find you. I sounded like they were gonna like, track you down.
And then we'll knock on your door and your family.
They'll never stop. They will search and hunt you down.
You want to move to Mexico? You're gonna be found. So I'm wondering if you think that, like, yeah, that's my question. Is like, if I just say forget it and do it, do I, like, how does that work? Do I register the drone and it's got my name on it?
Oh, it's got to be registered to do that. Oh, you're talking to the wrong guy. Like, in order to fly it in a restricted area or something like that?
No, not in a restricted area, just in general. Like, do I have to register it?
No, I don't think you have to register it. No, I think you just have to follow the regulations and rules within, like, the drone airspace stuff.
What are those regulations like? What are some of the key ones to know?
Oh, boy. I mean, I guess the obvious is like you shouldn't fly him around airports and in the
fly him
cities.
past your girlfriend's bathroom window while she's taking a shower, like, obviously.
But like in certain counties, I think it's just cool. I think it's like fine if you only fly a certain height. You stay at that height and you can fly over.
I'm afraid of going down south.
I think down south you'd have better, you would have less restrictions.
I'm afraid of some hillbilly shooting me down.
Oh yeah, like, what is that?
Just like a Winchester or 22, and I'm afraid someone is just taking it down. I want to know that, I wanted to know if you knew about that, though. We need like a drone expert in here. We need someone who knows a lot about
Why?
drones.
So you can properly get ready to buy a drone?
Yeah, I want to know more about it.
Look, there are plenty of hobbyists out there and experts, basically, that will tell you.
I refuse to use Google. I need an expert.
You have... Oh, well, YouTube is Google now. Damn, everything's Google. Google will control your life and tell you what to do. You cannot get any other answers unless it's from Google.
That's very ASMR of you.
I could change my voice up if you want to make it more dramatic.
Oh wait, real quick. Oh, you're gonna be busy. I was gonna ask if you wanted to go on the trip from Oregon back. It's gonna be like a week. But...
Oh yeah, I can't do it. I'm gonna have school and shit. Well, are you doing it when you're done school?
No, I'm doing it while I'm in school. I'm on online school, so all I have to do is stop by a cafe once every day and do my homework for 3-4 hours, take a break and do my homework. So
nice.
Yeah, it's like one of the best things about being in online school is that if you want to go on a vacation, you just need a laptop. So the first thing I did when I got in online school was I bought a laptop so I could go anywhere I need to go.
You advertising? Sounds like you are.
Buy a laptop. Laptops. I invented them, so you should buy them. No.
It already looks like my diploma's fading. Man, they didn't even buy me a good card.
Let me see it. Look, Chris. Let me ask you something. Do you really care?
No. Do you have to bring your diploma to job interviews?
I have my diploma.
I have my diploma in high school. I have my diploma in... I forget. What did I go to school for?
Hang on. Business management, that's right.
So do you have any more drone questions for me that I probably can't answer?
I just want to know legal restrictions, so I want to know more about this. I guess not, because I don't think that if you had more information, if you knew something about them, I would care.
No, I just know that they're cool. Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I mean,
they're rad, dude.
I'm a junior, but technically I'm a freshman in video production because I'm taking all the classes with freshmen, and that's why I've been thinking about age and maturity, because some of these kids, man.
Our kids, they're high schoolers.
Not the people in my major,
that
but when I took my English class, like they were freshmen in there, and they were the type of freshmen that will disrupt class by talking to each other the whole time and being extra loud. And then they're laughing at the teacher because he's kind of a weirdo. And I get it, because when I was in grade school, I would laugh at a teacher that was kind of like quirky or like would say weird things, and I would look at my friends like, you know? And that's what they're doing. Like he was really cool. His name was Mr. Thomas or something like that, but he's like, but I like to be called Mr. T, cause that's my favorite celebrity. I think he's great. And like he would say weird things like that. Like I get it if you're that immature. He's funny to laugh at, but he was also funny to laugh with because he just embraced his personality.
Professor's professor.
Same.
Professor whatever.
Actually,
Professor XYZ.
It's different when you're in like a theater program and you're in a video like a film program, because you get a more like connection with those departments. Yeah. And like when you're in business or something, I feel like you're just going to your professors, you're taking regular classes.
You gotta take that?
That's not me. That's you.
Where's my phone?
It's over there. It's blending in with this beautiful table.
Oh, it's a call from my girlfriend.
She's probably like, what happened to stream? Well, we only got 5 minutes left. So 5-minute warning.
Probably not. Okay.
But yeah, we're kind of ending on where we started with the adulting thing.
I've been thinking about it a lot too lately because I work at a store that is an disclosed store. It is entirely unaffiliated with everything, and there are a lot of people there that are 19.
Yeah,
19 seems to be the age like for working at this.
Well, minimum wage jobs are usually placed in for younger kids. It's where you're supposed to start. That's what Ralph always says.
So
they're not meant for a career lifestyle. You're not supposed to be working at McDonald's for the rest of your life. That's for students and high schoolers. That's his argument.
To a degree, I can understand where he's coming from. I don't think that's a good business perspective.
No.
Because you naturally...
You want teenagers to run the business?
You don't want someone to come in there and go, this job's a joke anyway, so who cares? I'm not going to... You know what I mean? Like, you don't...
screw the corporations, though.
But, screw the corporations. All of them. All the corporations.
Except for Ben and Jerry's.
Those ones are the worst.
I love ice cream.
I'm thinking about it a lot, too, just because I work with a lot of 19-year-olds. And a lot of... I don't know what it is about 19, but, like, these kids think... They're like, I'm an adult, and I have to da-da-da. And, you know, one of them... I like them a lot. I really enjoy working with them. They're a really, really phenomenal person. They have a lot of growing up to do, a lot of maturing to do. And they said to me the other day, you know, I forgot what they were talking about, but they're talking about how they're living on their own and they have their own place.
That's adulting.
And yeah, it is. And for 19, if that's what you want to do, awesome.
But yeah, that's tough.
But again, they also talk about how a lot of times, like, I know that other people are helping them do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Well, I mean, everyone needs a little help.
Yeah, no. But it's like a very significant amount of help. Like, for instance, her...
They rich?
No.
Oh.
Her grandfather, she is trying to currently convince him to buy her, like, a $500 Gucci bag. And it's clear that her...
we clearly have different money values.
Yeah,
this person.
like, it's very obvious that what this person values goal-wise is not... they think that they're going to be able to sustain this same way for a long time. They're not working toward any other goals to gain more independence. You know what I mean? And that's... get off your phone.
2 minutes left.
Talking to you. I want to really talk to you.
Let's
so I've
turn
been
this
thinking
off
about it a
and
lot,
talk,
you know,
baby.
because I think about, and then, you know, I'm almost 23. So I'll talk to these 19-year-olds, and I go into school. Not school. I go into work, and they ask me what high school I went to.
Okay.
And I'm at a point where I just go, I went to Mountain View High School in Bend, Oregon, which is not true.
Why do you say that?
Just because I don't want...
Oh, you went to the same high school I went to? Oh, do you know blah, 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 and such and such?
Just
is that what you're trying to avoid?
I just don't feel like... high school's over. I don't want to have a conversation.
High school's never over if you're on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook, so high school's over.
I feel like Facebook is the new high school for adults. Like before, when there was no Facebook, you had no idea what your high school classmates were doing.
God,
you only saw them...
See you.
When
bon
you
voyage,
were...
like I care.
You only saw them, and I was never born for this. I never experienced it, but I hear, and I can just assume that you would never know what they were doing, and then when you would meet them, you would actually have to have a real conversation and be like, oh, it's you, and
what are you doing?
I
just had a
now
with
it's like,
someone,
if you see someone that was... Because Sam has experienced this before. She's told me. She's off of Facebook. She saw someone in high school. She actually had to ask him what he's been doing, and he had a really interesting story about going out into California and like trying to get into like a really lucrative business or something like that, and it worked out. Now he's got his own company and all this really cool stuff.
Huh?
Which she, yeah, right. No, he was probably like a painter or something because she works at Sherwin-Williams, and he was like, she was saying to me like, I would have known all that if I was on Facebook because she went on Facebook. Went to his page, and you know that's basically everything he said was on his page. So it's like, if you see someone out in public now and you're friends with them on Facebook and you were high school friends, you don't really talk in the real world, you kind of already know everything. You don't really have to ask, like, how have you been? Like, what have you been up to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, more now, it's like, oh, I saw on Facebook you have 2 kids. Congratulations. Like, it's like it comes to you. You know what I mean? It's like nothing's private
But it's
now.
more gratifying to have that conversation. I just ran into someone I hadn't seen in a long time in high school.
Yeah.
Since high school. And,
Well, cutting you off. Sorry, Marty.
bye. No, and basically she was like, how are you doing? I was like, great. I went to Oregon. I was living on the West Coast for a while. I bought a van, da-da-da. And she had been back in school, and she was doing really well for herself. You know, we just had a good conversation. And I felt more gratified about that. I felt like she had become more of an adult.
Oh, okay.
You know, I felt like as an adult, when I reconnect with people, it's more real to me than it is to just see a picture and live through glass, you know? So.
Did you ever have a hissing girl in your high school? Like a girl who would be like, no, you didn't have that? Never had that character?
No, I didn't go to Catholic school for high school. So
I was listening to this podcast a couple days ago.
We didn't have a hissing girl.
They're just 2 comedians talking about different types of people you had experiences with in high school, and I was like, I've never heard of a hissing girl, and they were saying that was a thing.
You know, actually, when I kind of think of it,
your false memory. Now you're planting it in your head.
No. With this girl I actually saw the other day, not that she was a hissing girl, but we were both less mature. You know, and I disliked her, actually. I didn't even know her, really, but I disliked her. She would get very frustrated and she was very irritable.
In the classroom setting?
In any setting.
Damn.
But at the same time, being a teenage girl is really, really, really hard. And I did not empathize with that. I still don't empathize with it, but I didn't understand it, you know? And now, as I'm more mature, I understand she must have been going through a lot. And she was much less agitated and a lot more friendly than she had ever been. So, you know, it's funny how, like, yeah, you run into these people and you think about how much you've changed, but you forget, too, that those people also have changed just as much, if not more. So, that's being an adult.
Beautifully said.
Anyway, yeah, let's wrap this up.
Bring this full circle. So, do you know any adults who poop themselves? Have you ever pooped yourself as an adult?
Can we just
be honest?
End it. Just wanted to end it a couple minutes ago. This is necessary.
Alright, I don't know if we answered all the questions.
If you had to say in one sentence what an adult is, what would you say?
I'm not trying to be extra philosophical here or
one sentence.
Extra wise. One sentence? That's tough, man. God, I'm not good
Sum
at
it
this.
up.
You do it first. Why put me on the spot?
An adult is somebody who can sustain themselves independently, as well as work on their own independent goals while independently sustaining themselves.
That was a long ass run-on sentence. I'm just kidding. You call that one sentence?
Someone who can work toward goals and support themselves while they work toward those goals.
All right.
That's it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm too technical. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
No, I agree. Yeah, that's basically it. You have to sustain yourself. You have to.
But you also have to grow and mature. And you have to mature, reach more goals. Buying a house is one thing. Paying it off is another. You know.
Yeah, you have to state morals for yourself, or establish morals and rules and follow them and to the best of your ability and keep trying every day. It's basically a never-ending fucking process of growing up, and I don't think you ever...
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it's also about...
I don't ever think you hit a peak.
Maintaining the good parts of being a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
then adulthood because we didn't talk about that. Are you scared adulthood is going to be boring?
Am I afraid adulthood's going to be boring? No. I'm afraid that it's going to be... I might be less successful than I intend to be.
Yeah, right.
But I have no fears about adulthood being boring. I'm gonna be living in a van in a year from now.
Down by the river.
Whether it's easy or not, it's not gonna be boring. The rivers. Oh wait.
All All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Post this later, but it's been nice.
Yeah, nice. No, thank
Nice
you for doing
talking.
business with me. Am I getting
I'm
paid
a little
for this
tired.
again or not?
Get back. We'll talk about that after.
Peace.
Bye.